brothers and sisters in arms. Before we march into ancient Rome together, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications. We're building an army of history warriors here, and every subscriber helps us conquer more incredible stories from the past. Now, let's step into my sandals. Marcus Aurelius Maximus, a grizzled veteran centurion commanding my century of 80 legionaries on the Germanic frontier. The sharp blast of the buccina pierces the pre-dawn darkness at 4:30. While my men still stir in their contubernum tents, I'm already on my feet. Unlike the 8 legionaries cramming into a single tent, I enjoy the privilege of my own quarters. A small but private space befitting my rank after 15 years of blood, sweat, and battlefield victories. My first act is checking my gear with the precision of a man whose life depends on it. My distinctive transverse-crested helmet, that iconic brush of horsehair running side to side, instead of front to back, marks me instantly as a centurion. This isn't just decoration. It's a battlefield identifier that tells friend and foe exactly who's in charge. I strap on my mail armor, the lorica hamata, weighing nearly 30 pounds of interlocking iron rings. Over this goes my military belt, the cingulum militare, decorated with metal studs and dangling apron strips that mark my status. My gladius hangs at my left side, the opposite of regular legionaries who wear theirs on the right, another mark of my authority. But the most important item is my vitis, the vinewood staff that serves as both symbol of office and instrument of discipline. Every legionary knows the crack of that staff across a shirker's shoulders. I've earned the nickname Ferrum Disciplina, iron discipline, though thankfully I'm not like that notorious centurion called Cedo Alterum. Give me another, who broke so many vine staffs beating his men that he was eventually killed by his own troops during a mutiny. At 5 o'clock, my voice cuts through the morning air with the authority earned through 15 years of service. Before me, 80 legionaries snap to attention in perfect formation. This daily parade isn't just ceremony. It's the moment that sets the tone for everything that follows. As the second-ranking centurion in my cohort, I earn 15 times the pay of a regular legionary. Roughly 3,750 denarii per year. That's substantial wealth, but I earn every sestertius of it. Lorica begins. Any man not answering faces immediate punishment. Roman discipline isn't negotiable. I announce today's password, Victoria, the secret word that will identify friend from foe in the darkness. I assign guard duties, maintenance tasks, and training schedules. My optio, Lucius Sextus, stands ready to enforce every command. Behind him, the signifer holds our century standard, a symbol more sacred than life itself. The crack of wooden swords against practice posts echoes across the training ground at 6 o'clock. I oversee the morning drill with an eagle eye. Every legionary, from green recruit to grizzled veteran, trains daily with weapons weighing twice their normal combat gear. The younger soldiers train morning and afternoon, while veterans get one intense session daily. I watch them practice against the palus, wooden training posts, learning to strike with point and edge, how to advance behind their shields, how to thrust and withdraw in perfect rhythm. One recruit's shield work is sloppy. 20 lashes with a vine staff if he drops that scutum again. This isn't cruelty, it's survival training. In battle, one man's mistake can kill his entire contubernum. I've seen too many good men die because someone forgot their training in the heat of combat. Swimming practice comes next for those near water sources. Roman soldiers must be prepared for river crossings, amphibious assaults, and naval operations. I earned commendation for leading my men across the Rhine during last year's campaign against the Germanic tribes. At 8 o'clock, I spread my wax tablets across my small wooden desk, reviewing reports that would make a modern administrator weep. Supply requisitions, disciplinary reports, promotion recommendations, casualty lists, the endless paperwork of military life. My century requires 480 pounds of wheat monthly, just for basic rations. Add to that bacon, cheese, olive oil, wine, and vinegar. Every item must be accounted for and deducted from the soldier's pay at 60 denarii per year per man. A messenger arrives with new orders from the legate. 3 cohorts are being reassigned to patrol duty along the frontier. I must coordinate with my fellow Centurions, ensuring proper rotation schedules and maintaining camp security. Between reports, I review disciplinary cases. Private Gaius Antonius caught gambling again. That's a week's pay forfeited. Marcus Tullius failed inspection. Extra duty cleaning the latrines. These decisions shape my men's lives, but fairness and consistency maintain respect. The Roman military machine never rests, and neither do its soldiers. At 10 o'clock, I supervise my century's contribution to expanding the camp's fortifications. Every legionary carries an entrenching tool, and every man knows how to use it. The engineering is precise and standardized. First, surveyors mark the rectangular perimeter using the groma, a cross staff that ensures perfect right angles. Then comes the backbreaking work, digging the fossa, throwing excavated earth inward to form the agger, and planting the vallum of sharpened stakes. My century is responsible for 200 feet of fortification. My men work in organized teams, some digging, others carrying earth, still others sharpening stakes. Roman military engineering can throw up a defensible camp in just hours, even under enemy attack. One soldier's ditch better be 6 feet deep and 8 feet wide, or he'll be digging it again by moonlight. These aren't just temporary shelters. Roman castra follow standardized plans that any soldier can navigate blindfolded. The sun reaches its zenith at noon as cooking fires spring to life throughout the camp. I join my men for the midday meal, not from obligation, but from the leadership principle that officers share their soldiers' hardships. The standard ration seems modest by modern standards, but fueled the conquest of an empire. Wheat bread or porridge forms the foundation. Each man receives about 66 pounds of grain monthly, which he must grind and bake himself. Today's meal features hardtack biscuit, bacon fat, cheese, and pasca, that distinctive mixture of sour wine and vinegar that no Roman soldier escapes. The bacon provides essential fat and calories for men who march 20 miles daily in full armor. I chew my ration thoughtfully, reviewing the afternoon schedule. My men joke and complain, the eternal privilege of soldiers. But I note who seems unwell, who might need encouragement, who shows leadership potential. A good centurion knows his men better than they know themselves. At 2 o'clock, I lead a patrol of 20 men into the dense forests beyond the camp perimeter. This is where centurions earn their reputation, leading from the front, sharing every danger with their troops. The patrol formation reflects Roman tactical doctrine. I position myself where I can command and control, with experienced soldiers at point and rear guard. My optio manages the center, ensuring formation integrity and communication. Every shadow could hide an enemy. Every sound might signal ambush. Roman expansion into Germania faces constant resistance from tribal warriors who know this terrain intimately. My experience shows in route selection, following ridge lines for visibility, avoiding obvious choke points, maintaining escape routes. We discover signs of recent enemy activity, cold campfires, horse tracks, broken branches. I catalog every detail for my evening report. Intelligence gathering is as crucial as combat prowess in this frontier warfare. 2 men double back to erase our trail. I don't want Germanic scouts following us home. The patrol returns successfully, but I know tomorrow will bring new challenges. The frontier never sleeps, and neither do its guardians. At 4 o'clock, I begin my daily equipment review, a ritual that separates professional armies from armed mobs. I examine each man's gear with the thoroughness of someone who understands that faulty equipment kills soldiers. First, the gladius, the 18-inch stabbing sword that conquered an empire. I check the blade for nicks, the grip for looseness, the scabbard for proper fit. A dull blade or loose grip can mean death in close combat. Next, the scutum, that massive curved shield that weighs 22 pounds but deflects spear thrusts and sword strikes. I inspect the leather covering, the metal boss, the handle assembly. In formation fighting, shields must lock together seamlessly. The pilum, heavy javelin designed to punch through enemy shields and armor. I check the iron point, the wooden shaft, the connection between them. A broken pylon in battle leaves a man defenseless at critical range. Each man's lorica segmentata, segmented plate armor, receives careful scrutiny. Loose plates, broken hinges, missing ties. Any defect could prove fatal. I've seen men die because a single plate shifted at the wrong moment. The helmet, the Caligaya boots, the Pugio dagger. Every piece of equipment must meet Roman standards or face replacement. And the soldier faces punishment. As the sun begins its descent at 5 o'clock, advanced training begins for my most experienced soldiers. These men have proven themselves in battle, and now learn specialized skills that make Roman legions superior to barbarian hordes. Siegewarfare techniques, how to construct rams, catapults, Siege towers, urban combat tactics for capturing fortified cities, river crossing procedures for amphibious operations. I watch them practice with the Scorpio, a small ballista that can punch a bolt through a man at 400 yards. Loading, aiming, firing in coordinated volleys that can break enemy charges before they reach our lines. These weapons require skill and teamwork that separates professionals from amateurs. Night fighting techniques, how to move silently, coordinate attacks in darkness, recognize friend from foe when vision fails. Medical training follows, how to treat wounds, set broken bones, recognize disease symptoms. Every soldier must know basic field medicine because medical corps might not reach them in time. I've seen men die from infections that proper care could have prevented. These skills save lives and keep units combat effective. At 6 o'clock, administrative duties resume as reports flow in from across the camp. Guard rotation schedules need updating as we prepare for increased Germanic activity. Supply inventories require review. Are we adequately stocked for a potential siege? Personnel records need maintenance, promotions, transfers, disciplinary actions, medical status updates. I review intelligence reports from our scouts and spies operating beyond the frontier. Germanic tribes are massing near the Weser River. Their war chief Arminius has been spotted rallying warriors from multiple tribes. This information goes directly to the legate and eventually to Rome itself. Accurate intelligence prevents disasters, like the one that befell Varus and his 3 legions in the Teutoburg forest. Communications with other Roman outposts need coordination. Message schedules, signal procedures, emergency protocols, all require Centurion oversight. I approve requests for transfers, evaluate promotion recommendations, settle disputes between my men. Justice must be swift and fair to maintain morale and discipline. The evening meal at 7 o'clock provides another opportunity to gauge my century's readiness. I observe interactions between men, noting potential problems before they escalate. Who seems troubled? Who might be developing leadership qualities? Who needs encouragement or correction? These observations inform my decisions about assignments and responsibilities. Tonight's meal includes fresh meat. A hunting party brought back several deer this morning. This supplement to standard rations boosts morale and provides essential nutrients for men facing constant physical demands. We share the meat equally, from the newest recruit to myself. Fairness in small matters builds trust for larger challenges. Conversation flows around the cooking fires as men discuss home, families, battles fought, friends lost. I listen carefully. These conversations reveal much about unit cohesion and individual concerns. A good centurion addresses problems before they undermine effectiveness. Someone misses his family in Gaul. Another worries about his aging parents in Rome. These human concerns matter as much as military skills. As darkness falls at 8 o'clock, I conduct the evening parade. Final inspection before night watches begin. Guard assignments are distributed, passwords confirmed, emergency procedures reviewed. Each man knows his responsibilities and consequences for failure. Roman military discipline operates around the clock. The camp transforms as day watch ends and night watch begins. Torches illuminate key positions while sentries take their posts along the walls. I inspect guard positions, ensuring each man understands his sector and knows the challenge procedures. A sleepy or inattentive guard can cost lives. Other conditions affect guard assignments tonight. Cold rain makes watch duty miserable, but also provides cover for potential attackers. I double the guards at vulnerable points and shorten watch rotations to prevent men from becoming too cold and inattentive. Practical leadership considers human limitations. At 9 o'clock, I complete my daily report to the cohort commander. Casualty status, supply needs, training progress, disciplinary actions, intelligence observations, everything gets documented and forwarded up the chain of command. This paperwork seems tedious but provides higher command with information needed for strategic decisions. Personal correspondence follows. Letters to family back in Rome. Communications with other centurions. Reports to contacts in the capital who might influence my future assignments. Military careers require political awareness as much as combat skills. Connections matter in Rome, even for battlefield commanders. I review tomorrow's schedule, adjusting plans based on today's observations and new intelligence. Training priorities shift based on identified weaknesses. Guard rotations need modification due to patrol assignments. Supply requests require updates based on consumption rates. Effective leadership means constant adaptation. My private quarters at 10 o'clock provide brief respite from command responsibilities. But even here, thoughts turn to my men's welfare and readiness. Are we prepared for the coming storm? Germanic tribes grow bolder each day, and our isolated position makes us vulnerable. Rome expects results, but provides limited resources. I examine my personal equipment one final time. The gladius that has served me through countless battles, its blade scarred but sharp. The lorica hamata that has turned aside enemy blades and arrows. The vitis that symbolizes my authority and responsibility. These items define my identity as much as my name. Prayers to Mars, god of war, and Jupiter, king of gods, asked for protection for my men and victory for Rome. Religious observance provides comfort and maintains connection to Roman traditions. The gods have protected me thus far. May they continue to do so. At 11 o'clock, final rounds through the camp ensure all is secure for the night. Guard posts are manned and alert. Weapons are properly stored, but accessible. Emergency procedures are understood and ready for implementation. The camp sleeps, but vigilance never rests. I pause at each guard post, exchanging quiet words with the sentries. How do they feel? Any concerns or observations? These brief conversations maintain personal connections that build loyalty and effectiveness. Men fight harder for leaders who show genuine concern for their welfare. The Germanic forest stretches endlessly beyond our walls, hiding threats we cannot yet see. Tomorrow will bring new challenges, new dangers, new tests of Roman discipline and courage. But tonight, we are secure in our strength and ready for whatever comes. As midnight approaches, I return to my quarters for brief rest before the cycle begins again. 4 hours of sleep if we're fortunate, then back to the endless responsibilities of command. The price of empire is eternal vigilance, and centurions pay that price daily. Sleep comes fitfully, interrupted by the changing of the guard and the natural sounds of a military camp at rest. But experience has taught me to rest when possible, for tomorrow's challenges will demand all my strength and skill. The frontier never sleeps, and neither do those who guard it. Dawn will come too soon, bringing new reports, new threats, new decisions. But for now, I rest in the knowledge that my century is ready. My men are trained, and Rome's enemies will find us prepared for whatever they bring. This is the life of a centurion, endless vigilance and service to the greatest empire the world has ever known. This is my day, every day, on the frontier of Rome. Tomorrow will bring the same challenges, the same responsibilities, the same dedication to duty that has made Rome master of the world. We are the thin line between civilization and chaos, and we hold that line with Roman steel and Roman courage.